people right now are talking about PayPal a lot, whether it's on Reddit or Twitter or YouTube, and we're going to be talking about, is PayPal a buy? The stock year to date is down 15%. PayPal, you might think it is an online platform to make payments, but there's actually a lot that PayPal owns. There are a bunch of brands it owns. One very important one right now is actually Braintree. And Braintree builds products that makes payments so easy that they fade into the background, making entirely new kinds of interactions possible. Now, when I hear about PayPal, it's usually like, who even uses PayPal anymore? But a lot of companies actually do use PayPal, whether it be Airbnb, Uber, Facebook, GitHub, Skyscanner, Priceline, and 1,000 more. So Braintree, PayPal's brand is working a lot with major companies. So yes, PayPal is definitely being used on the bigger scale, not just like day-to-day customers. They obviously have Venmo, which obviously is an online payment system. They also have Zoom and many other brands within PayPal. Now let's talk about last month's quarterlies. So they had a revenue of $7.3 billion and they had an earnings per share of 1.16. In Q2, they had a total payment volume of $377 billion, which was up 11% year over year, and almost triple the amount from 5 years ago in the second quarter of 2018. In 2018, the stock was trading around $90 to $85. And from 5 years ago, the stock is down 33%. Moreover, PayPal actually handled $1.4 trillion in volume. And the trade per volume is extremely important because the higher the trade per volume, the better it is for PayPal and its ability to generate revenue. And it is actually the leading player. PayPal's digital wallet is accepted at 79% of the top 1,500 retailers in North America and Europe, well ahead of Apple Pay, which is in second place. Moreover, Braintree, the service that we talked about earlier, or the brand we talked about earlier, has tremendous growth. It has total payment volume up 30% year over year in the first half of 2023. Braintree actually has a leading share of 41% in the online payment processing market. It is actually crazy to see that the total processing volume has increased when the number of active PayPal accounts actually decreased from 433 million to 431 million. Now, this is extremely important because the team at PayPal actually emphasized the importance of using existing accounts to do more activity as opposed to focusing on account growth. This strategy is working because transactions per active account rose 12%. Now, this is actually an amazing strategy because it is far harder for new people to use PayPal, but it is a lot easier for existing customers to be incentivized to spend more of its money and to do more account activities in PayPal. And you can see this because sales and marketing expenses declined 24% year over year in the most recent quarter. Now, along with this, I wanted to share one of my favorite Twitter or X influencer, which is Gobravin, and he did a quick summary of why he really likes PayPal at around $58, which it is currently at. So the first is evaluation. So PayPal is trading at 11.6 times this year's and 10 times next year's earnings. This is the cheapest in history. Moreover, like we said earlier, Braintree, a lot of people don't think that Braintree is a part of PayPal. They just think, who the hell even uses PayPal today? But so many big companies use PayPal or Braintree specifically for their online payment services. Moreover, Braintree grew 30%, whereas PayPal, the legacy brand, only grew 6%. Braintree continues to take market share away from Adyen and Stripe. And Adyen's latest lackluster earnings further confirm that PayPal is the leader. Moreover, like we said earlier, that PayPal continues to add large businesses to Braintree and to expand its pre-existing relationships. Last quarter, it was Booking.com, the owner of Priceline, Opendoor, Kayak, etc. Last year, it was Microsoft. Lastly, let's talk about cash flow. Cash flow from the latest earnings, you can see that it is a cash flow of $0.4 billion. But last quarter, it has sold 43 billion of BNPN loans to KKR. This transaction is expected to close in the second quarter and to initially generate about 1.8 billion of proceeds. Moreover, for the future projections in the investor earnings, they said that for the FY23, the share repurchases are now expected to reach 5 billion with 5 billion of free cash flow. And if it hits 5 billion, it is expected to be at a new all-time high. Moreover, like I said earlier, they're aggressively doing buybacks. PayPal will be doing a buyback of $5 billion, and over the last 18 months has bought almost 7% of the company. Now, the main reason why Group Ramen believes that the stock has gone down is because of negative sentiment. Now, this has nothing to do with the business. Since the start of the year, PayPal has raised its full year EPS guide twice, and in the same time, its shares are down to over 20%. Moreover, he also believes that the EPS will be steady around 5.60 or even higher because of PayPal's aggressive buybacks. Now, there's actually a new CEO. The current CEO will be retiring at the end of this year. The new CEO actually currently runs Inuit's small business arm, which is responsible for more than half of its revenue. He also led Inuit's $12 billion acquisition of Mailchimp in 2021. So definitely PayPal is in good hands. Now, Wall Street expects PayPal to trade around $87, which is a lot more than the current $60. So definitely, according to Wall Street and the analysis that we have just done, it definitely looks like a strong buy. Even analysts have a buy rating, and all in all, it looks extremely promising. Now, yes, like if you just look at PayPal from a legacy brand, definitely not as appealing, but still 70% of millennials and a lot of people do use PayPal on a daily basis because of how seamless the experience is. And on a whole, a lot of companies are also using PayPal's non-legacy brands for their online payment methods. Total volume has grown. It has just been so beaten down that at this point it definitely looks like a really good buy. So I hope you liked this video and got something out of it, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye.